alternative media?
Okay, I'm reaching out to both you and Joe because my advisors suggested that, to be really frank, I'd never heard your show before, nor Joe Rogan's. Again, not because of disinterest, but because we...
No, but that's a good place to go, because we're at least real people.
So that's why I'm on there. But the internet, because if you look at traditional news, traditional media, it's nothing more than regurgitation of what's been said. Whereas on the internet, you are more real time. You have access to more facilities, and it tends to be a little truer story.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because I don't have somebody pulling my strings. And I can tell you, big network people, they've got people pulling their strings. They're reading off teleprompters, so at least here we're having a real discussion, person to person, man to man. Now, expanding, I guess I'll put my foot in my mouth, because, I mean, I wouldn't make these statements. You say you don't use drugs, so why are you on a drug forum making these comments? I made the leap, but then I see how ridiculous the comments are. It makes sense. You were being sarcastic. Tell folks about the MP, the MDPV. You were making jokes about bath salts.
Right. It wasn't actually making jokes. I was trying to sound as serious as possible. To tell the story, about 10 years ago, a drug showed up in Europe called MDPV-10. Now, MDPV stands for methylene dioxypyrovalerone. The drug was the magical sex drug. It's what the world's been looking for as the ultimate marital aid. It was obviously a made-up story, but millions of people believed it. They kept talking about it. They were still talking about it on Blue Light, which is the world's largest drug forum board. On a bet from a friend, I went online and created a thread that went on for more than 1,000 posts. Now, it was so absurdly false. Now, think about it. If I had rediscovered MDPV-10, I wouldn't be going to manufacture it. I would take a sample of the formula, walk into the Bayer offices, and the president of the company on his knees would hand me a check for $1 billion while he was muttering, "The world is ours." I mean, it's absurd, totally absurd.
Well, that may be why you got raided, because the idiot Belizean authorities knew you were running a laboratory. You've been on the news about it. They probably thought you had it and were going to torture you to get it.
Well, thank God they didn't torture me. I got out of jail in time and took refuge on the island. But it was so obviously a prank, because that board does have legitimate chemists on it. All couple of hundred of them who were reading it, they all said, "This is a hoax. People don't believe this crap." And so they left. But the rank and file, they just kept the thing going. I mean, anybody who reads it will know, obviously.
No, my gut tells me that you screwed around about this.
And all kinds of things. But my God, had I developed that, had I rediscovered the formula, trust me, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Sure, my gut tells me.
Mayor executive, not having to work.
John McAfee's our guest, the software developer, famous, and now even more famous, being a murder suspect in Belize. We're back in 60 seconds. Let's talk about it. But my gut tells me your little joke, got you into trouble.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Alex think there's more to the story.
We have witnessed two terrible storms in the east, but we are still in the eye of the perfect storm. The most devastating economic conditions since the Great Depression, America's worst drought in agricultural history, and now the economic results of the presidential election. This perfect storm is a huge threat to everyone's food supply. I just doubled down and got even more supplies from eFoods Direct, and I recommend you do the same. It's time to get your own supply from eFoods Direct. I know I won't be standing in a bread line trading my freedom for food. I'm taking control of my future, and you're nuts if you don't do the same. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex to find the specials. And you can start with a holiday gift pack that's normally $80, now under $50. Remember, I can warn you, but I can't feed you. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Would you rather prepare 6 months too early or 1 day too late? 409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother. Mainstream media. government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Do I 100% believe John McAfee did not commit this murder that he's alleged to have committed by the Belizean police? No. But do I put any stock in the Belizean government? The answer is absolutely not. And my gut tells me that he's a very eccentric person, but there is something else afoot here. Now, I could be wrong. But I am certainly more than happy to let this gentleman be heard, and we're glad that he chose this broadcast to do it first, other than text that he's been having with the media. And, I should, in the time we've got left, Twitter. Go to twitter.com/RealAlexJones. I can pull this up during the break. Tweet me, and then, guys, print them off for me, because I'll be busy trying to go through them, then I won't get to it. Tweet right now to Real Alex Jones, or I guess we should tweet out questions for John McAfee to Real Alex Jones if you've got a few questions for him. But repeat to me, sir, what you just said in that 1-minute break as we ended the last hour. I said, who do you think killed Gregory Fall, the guy that was down the beach from you? And you had a very interesting answer. Please repeat that.
Okay, the first thing that came to my mind, and this perhaps bolsters those who say I am paranoid. My first thought was that the government had sent someone to kill me, pretending it would be a robbery, and they simply got the wrong white man and got a neighbor instead. That thought didn't stay for long. But quite frankly, sir, I have no idea who killed Mr. Fall.
I mean, why would you kill Mr. Fall when you've got...
Shut down.